Hello and welcome on Sport Update on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Time to take you around the world of sport again. But this time around, it's a big battle tonight between Manchester City and Real Madrid. And we will be looking at that particular big match tonight. In fact, it's as if it's the final of the UEFA Champions League. The first leg ended 1-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu, but right now at the Emirates Stadium, rather Etihad Stadium, beg your pardon. Etihad Stadium is a place to be as a fighter to see who will be on between Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti. I have in the studio Emmanuel Fashimi. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Now let's start from Nigerian story now. Nigerian Football Federation NFF Referees Committee invite 11 referees for questioning. Invited at least right now they want to question them for maybe for not officiating well in their game. We've seen lately a lot of issues coming up concerning referees here and there, but really they just have to bring these 11 invited referees up. Yeah,
for the 11 invited referees, where they have been invited for questioning, and if you look at it, we are trying to, the IMC, the NFF, we are trying to sanitize our league. We are trying to have a very viable league. We are trying to see how officiating in our league can actually be better and good, because as it stands right now, if you look, though, to an extent, in the league this season, the referees have been able to do a great job, apart from few of them who has not really met up to standard, who has not actually done their job very well. We've seen some lapses, and at the same time, we've also seen some good job from the referees. If these 11 referees have been found wanting, it's just to serve as, let me say, a warning to others who also want to maybe not do their job do their job very well on the pitch of play. But so far so good. It's a good step from the Nigerian Football Federation, from the National Referee Association, the body that actually controls them, NRA, and to actually tell them. And at the same time, I want the IMC, the NFF, in conjunction with the NRA, to do more. You know, these referees should always go for what is it called right now? Courses to update themselves. You know, this time around, we don't even have that. And you know, the VAR, we also have referees who are specialized in that. I'm not saying we should go to that area. It's technologically inclined, and before, at least we have about two of them who are trained on the VAR aspect. I know one personally, is a close friend of mine, but we also need to, these other referees needs to update themselves, because there are new rules, new innovations that are coming into the sport. So they need to know all of this, at the same time get themselves acquainted with how it is being done. But overall, I think to an extent this season they've done well. Well, we've been talking concerning Nigerian Football Federation inviting 11 referees for questioning. Let's look at the list of those referees invited. Invited referees for questioning from NFF, Rivers versus Bayelsa. Those referees actually refer those games. Ogabo Joseph, Samuel Padutakam is also there. Jigawa Katsina, Abdullahi Shuaibu has been summoned. You have Kwara United versus Nasarawa United. The match there, Kusoko Sikiru and Ismaila Abubakar, while Yobe Desert Star versus DMD, Abu Danzaria is an assessor in that game. Shani Guza, Jamilu Abdullahi, Garbra Hamza, and Van Dressa versus Wari Wolves, Sonny Chibendu. You have Ijebu United versus Crown, Gabriel Otolurin also being invited in that particular game there. So all these referees will just have to come together, meet the NFF referees committee to ascertain how and what happened in their games, why they did this, and what happened in those games there. Well, good one. At least let's see the outcome of that particular invitation from Nigerian Football Federation to referee committee, rather, to all these invited referees. We need to sanitize our league, and it's really, and one way or the other, Rome was not beaten the day, but it's getting better compared to before. By now, we have been having issues of over 10, 20 referees being beaten, or referees going out of their own way to do things that are not really good enough for football. From there, let's go to another story trending before we give you a clip. But let's look at 2023 AFCON qualifiers. CAF approves Godswill Akpabio Stadium
for Super Eagles home matches. CAF actually released different stadia in Africa that will be hosting the qualifiers, but right now Uyo has been picked as the only stadium from Nigeria that will be able to do that formally. We remember that they're playing at MK Abiola Stadium in Abuja, but right now it has actually, the bandwagon has moved to Uyo. That's the place it will be now.
Adini, do you think they actually pick Uyo or we give them Uyo?
That's either they pick or we give. Uyo is Uyo.
We gave them Uyo because if you look at it, there has been so many cries that the Super Eagles match will be moved away from Abuja because they've not actually been getting results. And sincerely speaking, Uyo is one of the best stadium, no matter how we look at it, we have in Nigeria, world class. Uyo, Abuja, then the ones that are coming up in Lagos right now, world class. So I think that's one of, if they don't take it to Uyo, where else?
What of Benin?
Benin tough to an extent is good. It's good. That facility is good, but they still have some. If you talk about the grass in Benin, perfect, world class, but the drainage system.
Abuja should have been the best place, but just because of some issues here and there. I remember when Eagles were coming to play the last match they played, that there was no lights for them to play at night, to train rather. That's number one. Number two, Nigerians have been a bit, if we play in Abuja, we play against Ghana, we lost. We play against Ghana again in the AFCON, that's AFCON, we lost. And these and that, attaching so many sentiments to that.
No, outside sentiment. If you look at it in a way, the first time this stadium was open, the Abuja Stadium, we played. We used Brazil as let me say the opening game there.
You are still going to...
No, we were beaten 3-0.
No, what I'm saying, you are going back to that same mentality
and
of...
Somehow we can say, it's not that I'm agreeing fully with that. But
you are quoting it.
To an extent. If you look at what the people are saying, they are right to an extent.
You are part of the people that said that. You are part of the people that actually believe, having that particular mentality that, yes, okay, because we've been losing or we lost this particular game, then it means those ones that will be say, okay, anytime we wear that white jersey, we don't always win games, so we should wear that green.
I don't want to go to that.
Oh my God. Well, just add some. Football is just a bit. Are you trying to go spiritual or what?
Well, if we go spiritual, Nigerian, we are so spiritual in everything we do. That is why you see our players, before they play, they will pray. After first half, they will pray. At the end of the game,
I'm not saying they shouldn't pray. What I'm trying to say is that despite, it's always good to get things right. It's just like you didn't plan about anything. You just want things to fall. You need to plan for it.
Yes,
we need to put things in place. Look at our teams at the World Cup. Look at our teams playing the AFCON. Look at our team playing different competitions. How prepared are we? Do we give good platform to these players? The players themselves, are they committed? It's not just only giving good platform or giving good facilities. The players, are they ready? If they are ready, are they being rewarded as at least maybe somebody just finished playing now, he needs to get his pay, and the sweat will dry up before they get the pay. A lot of things.
Some of them will have to cry before they get it.
An athlete getting injured.
And nobody's paying attention.
Nobody pays attention. What happens? Aside that, what happens to that money that is being released for that particular competition? I hope a monkey or snake will not swallow it. If it's not swallowed, do we spend it judiciously? If it's meant for facilities, is it spent for facilities or just to go on different jamborees? A lot of things that we need to consider to get our sport to that enviable heights that we really want to get to.
Yeah, a lot of things, like you outlined them, and the first thing first all boils down to administrative issue, because if our administrators are sincere to themselves, we will not be in this bad situation that we're in right now, because the administrators need sincerity, honesty, accountability. These three things needs to be in place. Once you are accountable and you are responsible for something, and at the same time you are honest to yourself and honest to that cause, and then you are sincere to what you are doing, then we shouldn't be in this, let me say, in this dilemma that we are in right now. Because if you are sincere, once funds are being released, then let that funds go to channel it to the right cause, channel it to the purpose why it was being released. I still remember a lot of players crying for their match bonus. Of recent, we heard that this guy who keeps for Rivers United, who was invited, Noble, was crying for his match bonuses. His money was not paid. A lot of
issues concerning that, because I remember someone saying he actually submitted a wrong account number or something. They had to work on that.
If he submitted the wrong account number, and you guys know that the account number was wrong, why don't you call him? This account that you gave to us is wrong. You are not in the NFF. I'm not in the NFF. So let's just follow, because right now, if you say this, it's as if you actually are in the know of what happened. Let's not. No, I'm not. I'm saying if actually if it was true about that he submitted a wrong account number. What I'm saying right now, I'm not saying I'm not there. I'm not Noble. I'm not his personal assistant.
Of course, we know maybe you are.
I don't know. I only know him as a Nigerian player. But if actually what they said is true, then NFF wouldn't have waited until he cries out.
Well, we've been talking concerning AFCON qualifiers, where Uyo, that is Goswell Akpabio Stadium, being picked right now to host all the teams that will be, at least for the qualifiers for Super Eagles. Super Eagles will be playing there instead of coming to play in Abuja. Good one there. Now, let's move away from there. We'll be going on a short break. That short break, you have to look at this particular clip where a particular referee was actually attacked. Police machine, they also call them police FCT. They attacked the official of that game. In fact, he had to run for his dear life. That was the time he wanted to even fight them. But let's look at this. Then we'll come back and talk about it.
Man, I no agree. Now they won't kill una person. They won't kill una person. They won't kill referee, official referee. Now they watch.
What a video there, looking at that particular scenario. This happened in Abuja, Buhari precisely. So, Nigerians have been talking about this, because really it's an event that happened that you feel, is this really football or Jackie Chan or what? Is it, like we say, they call it Chinese, even though it's Taekwondo or Kung Fu.
Sincerely speaking, it's a bad one. No matter how, these referees are humans. And in quote, human errors happen in every sphere of life, in every area of life, in every society, in every aspect that you look at it. That is why they have tried so much to bring in technology to football, to help at least remedy some of this human error. Even at that, even with the technology, we still notice errors. You don't do that to, that guy has a family, has children, even though he's not married, he has parents, he has brothers, he has sisters, he has those who are actually looking up to him. You carrying stick, and as in the players for that matter, that was even supposed to protect the referee, carrying a stick, and you want to, it's not done.
And the funny thing about it is the fact that the team attacking, that's police team. They should at least remember the name alone. We are the ones that are supposed to protect the citizens, and now we are the one attacking. Although the players might not be policemen,
some of them are police.
Yes, but at least they should remember that, if this issue get out, But can you imagine this clip? It's really going around. And really...
Now, first they have put police in question. At least they've given them the bad image. And secondly, the players, then the league in question.
Yes.
You have also
the players have been suspended indefinitely. The coach, the team manager. The team manager was a part of that attack, the assault on the referee.
Because I saw that man there.
The team manager, the coach of that team, about 5 players. You know, this is the NLO, Nationwide League One. Most of these things don't have much money, so they actually fine them 200,000.
It's not.
No, wait, 200,000 fine, suspended indefinitely. They have to repair everything they spoiled in that particular facility there at Buhari. They must repair everything. Their team manager, coach, 5 players are under suspension indefinitely from football for what they did. Yes, you can see one giving blow as if it's Mike Tyson. Can you imagine if you can throw blow like this? You should have represented Nigeria at the Olympics.
Yeah, they would have even not even the Commonwealth game is there. They look
at that Kung Fu master. Look at the Kung Fu master. He should have gone to represent Nigeria in Taekwondo or what they call it.
And if you look at it, the referee has to fight back because his life is in danger. If he doesn't fight back, those guys could just lynch him.
They will have lynched him.
And that is the end of it. At the end of the day, they will go and see the family and say sorry.
Because of a round, someone actually asked a question that because of round leather game, a game that you either win, or you lose, or you draw.
At most, draw. And it's sincerely.
And the match ended 1-0 in favor of the Royal Stars of Gogolada. Police machine fell in our own home here.
I think the time the other day on this on 360 Sports, we were saying that myself and a guest, we were saying that the sanctions are not. You know, when you sanction,
if you sanction them 3 million, where would they get? This is a nationwide. This is a top tier.
That is why you need not to do this, because at first you will tell your players if anything goes wrong, or maybe at some point maybe they should just, you know, that will be fined 3 million naira and will be deducted 15 points and we will banish to a very
throw them to Bayelsa.
I think this happens in Abuja here.
Yes.
A place like Bayelsa Yenegua, where they will travel how many hours? There's no flight. So they will have to sit inside that bus. They will travel how many hours? At some point, they will have to rest on the road.
Behind closed doors.
And by that time, they will know that, okay, what we are doing, we should talk to our players, we should talk to our fans, or whenever a situation happens like this, first we will protect the referee, take the referee out of the scene, and then whoever wants to, because if you don't see any referee there, if the players protect the referee and takes him away, who are you going to fight? Then you'll be fighting yourselves. So this is an eyesore. It's not something that is viable and healthy for our league. I think this team should be, 2 years is too small.
From the way it is right now, just looking at that clip there, well, police machine, they just have to up their behavior. Look, can you imagine the race that man took? If
the
not,
guy will
have been lynched there. Well, we just have to showcase that, even though it's so painful looking at this happening in our football, something must be done. Just 3 ways to it: you win, you draw, or you lose. That's not the end of life. After all, we've seen teams like Barcelona losing against Bayern Munich 8-2, and they didn't beat referee like this, despite the fact that they are one of the best when it comes to football in the world. So, police machine fans and the coaches, team manager, whoever doing all this kind of assault on referees, they just have to check themselves. Just to call your attention to that quickly, let's talk about the big one, like we mentioned earlier. UEFA Champions League. Man City at home at the Etihad Stadium against Real Madrid. First leg, 1-1, aggregate-wise. But tonight is the night. Either you like it or run away. You must fight tonight.
Well, it's a big one, the night of champions, and it is Champions League, and when champions do what they know how to do, the grass suffer. But tonight, between City and Madrid, the better team is going to win. And the team that needs him more is going to win. You made mention of this earlier on, that it is a final before the final, and which in quote, somehow it is a final before the final, because these are the two teams we would have expected to see in the final, but one has to go. Who is going tonight? If you look at it head-to-head record-wise in all competition, head-to-head record-wise, I think City has beaten Madrid more in this Champions League competition. They've had about 4 wins to Real Madrid's 3 wins, and they have 2 draws right about now. That's in the second draw happening in Bernabeu last week, I beg your pardon. But at the end of the day tonight, one team just have to go. I don't know that team that is going, but one will have to leave. But for Madrid, they will not come and sit back and defend it the way they defended at Bernabeu, because right now, if you lose, you are out. So they will come out and play. City will also come out and play to just and see how they can get a goal first. But at the end of the day, it's going to go down to the 2 coaches, Don Carlo and Pep Guardiola. What are they going to present on? The players will do their job, but their tactics, they have to think out of the box. Their brain will be running all through 90 minutes. What am I going to do to get this victory tonight? If you look at it, so many persons have written off Madrid, but when that team needs a win, they grind it out at whatever way, they just know how to do it.
I can see from your body language that you're actually pitching your tent towards the Los Merengues. Don't argue that. It's obvious. Well, the match tonight is going to be a big one there just to get at him, but really, a big match between the Los Merengues, as they call them, or Los Blancos, the citizens, Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. They'll be fighting for honor because they really want to get this Champions League trophy. They've been obsessed with it, especially their coach Pep Guardiola. He's been running after it, spending over €1 billion to buy players to get this particular trophy, which has been missing in his kitty. But right now, the team that have won it for 14 times, Real Madrid, who a lot of people know how to play this tournament. You just can't underrate them. Even at their lowest moment, they can always bring up surprises, but anything can happen tonight. Manchester City are determined to cross over to face Inter Milan. Real Madrid also making up the fact that we've done it before 14 times. We want to get to the finals, and we wait to see. Vinny Jr., Karim Benzema, against the likes of robotic Erling Haaland, and you look at Bernardo Silva, all of them battle ready to fight at the Etihad Stadium. Who will take this particular crown? The answer is with the players. Before we wrap it up, let's go through some stories quickly. Folani Balogun, a lot of Nigerians were hoping he would play for Nigeria, but right now he has pledged allegiance to the United States of America. He will be playing for the U.S. after he was dumped in England. England, that's the team he was hoping to play for, but he couldn't get called up because their coach, Gareth Southgate, actually didn't call him. But right now, Folani Balogun will be with the United States of America. And another one says Barcelona want to resign Lionel Messi and Brazil striker Neymar from PSG. Look at this story.
First, quickly for Balogun, good one. I had expected him, if you are not coming to Nigeria, then he should play for United States of America, and it's a good one that he has chosen to play for the United States of America. And then for Barcelona, going to sign Brazil, Neymar, and Messi back to Spain is a good one for them. And if you look at it, these are the 2 players who left them, and they know that something left. A player left the team. So if they come back to Barcelona, it's not bad at all.
Well, before we go, Bayern Leverkusen advanced talks with Arsenal for Granit Xhaka. That's the last story in a £13 million deal there. Talking about Granit Xhaka, they want to get him to Bayern Leverkusen or Arsenal. Would they let him leave? Finally, well, anything can happen there in the world of sport. But for tonight, Madrid, Man City. Let's see who wins our battle. You are the Madrid fan. It's obvious.
Okay. Outside, not just maybe a Madrid fan. I'm seeing a penalty shootout.
Penalty?
Yes.
We will wait for that to happen. Thanks so much, Emmanuel Fashemi.
It's my pleasure.
I'm Adeniyi AGG1-1. Thanks for watching.